Lisa here from Your Amenity Kitchen. Now today I wanted to have a chat to you about berries of different descriptions. You could have mixed berries, cherries, all sorts of different frozen berries. Now most of us, when we want to have like a bit of jam or something similar to that, we always think that we have to have kilos and kilos of actual fresh berries, but you don't. You can use frozen berries, and that's what I do a lot, because frozen berries are amazing for you because they are snap frozen at exactly the right time when they are in their prime. They are beautiful and ripe, and we then freeze them and pop them in the freezer. So they have all those right levels of nutrients, and they're at their best for us to enjoy. So what I like to do with berries is making compotes and jams, but they're more to go on things like your porridge. If you have porridge, you can put them on some lovely almond scones. You can use them for lots and lots of different things. Pancakes are another great one. I make buckwheat pancakes, and it's beautiful on top of pancakes. Now today, my husband has been asking me quite a bit for some cherry jam. So I have some frozen cherries, organic frozen cherries that I have gotten from the health food store. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of cups into my pot, and they are frozen, as you can see here. They're still fairly solid, but that's okay because all the fluid and the liquid that's in them is going to come out and assist with the beautiful richness and the sweetness of those natural cherries. Now I have, the only sugar I'm going to pop in is a little bit of maple syrup, which is much better quality sugar or sweetener to put in than using any processed sugars. Okay, so I've got about 1/4 cup, of which I'm only going to put in half. So what is going to happen is, as the cherries melt, the liquid will come out of the cherries, and then we will have a little bit of sweetness from the maple syrup. And as that cooks, you want to taste it and see if it's got that enough sweetness for you. Don't make it too sweet, okay? You want to enjoy the cherries and enjoy that flavor without overdoing it and making them too sweet. So we're only going to pop half of this in, and then we're going to pop it on the stove behind me for about 10 minutes or so with the lid on. So I'll do that. Now I usually do it at about 5, which is 9 is the top on my stove, so 5, so just over halfway. Okay, so pop the lid on, and we're going to leave that to do its thing. Now the other thing you need is a jar. Now you can do bigger batches if you want, but I prefer to sort of do a jar at a time. It lasts probably a couple of weeks in the fridge. Now if you do it the right way and you sterilize your jar, so mine is all lovely and sterilized, so you can use boiling hot water if you want to. If you do that, make sure that you put hot water in the jar first and let the jar heat up, and then when the kettle's boiled, you can then sterilize your jar and your lid. Don't forget the lid. Now so just be careful with that, okay? With hot water and glass, we always need to be very, very cautious. So I have that ready, and what you're going to do is you're going to actually put it in while it's still hot, and you're going to seal the lid. That will then seal the jar until you're ready to eat it. So you then leave it on the counter to cool down, and then you can put it in the fridge after. So I'm going to wait for those cherries, and once they're ready, we're going to pop them in here. Okay, we're going to pop these off the stove now. Now what I've done, I'm not going to make a full jar, but that's okay, because if you seal it when it's hot, it will be fine. I prefer to make less rather than more, because you can make it regularly. It takes you a maximum of 10 minutes to make. And this is the thing, you know, it's so easy because you're not using all the stuff that they normally put in jams, because you don't need to. All right, we're making it as we go along. It takes us 5 to 10 minutes and it's done, and everyone can enjoy it while it's fresh. And if you keep berries and things in the freezer, then it's there on hand when you need it. So we're going to, I'm actually just going to give it a little taste first. We'll spread out. Okay. That's exactly how I like it. Everyone has it a little bit different. Now I like it when it's just got a little bit of a twist at the end, that little bit of tartness. Some people might like it really, really sweet. So you could put the rest of that, a quarter of a cup of maple syrup that we put in there. But I like it the way it is. So now I'm just going to pop it in to my jar. Very slowly. Now the thing you can do with this, cold, or you could do it before you stick it in the jar. If you wanted to make it smooth, you could stick it into the blender after you've done this. So just, all right. So if you want to make a full jar, you're probably looking at 4 to 5 cups of beautiful cherries. But there you have some cherry jam. Now I'll put the lid on that and I'll leave it on the counter here, and that will soak in, and that will seal that container. So even though there's only a quarter of that jar there, it doesn't matter, okay? So that's how simple it is to make yourself a little bit of jam. It's not hard. What you're going to make out of, you know, the frozen berries, and hey, if you've got access to them fresh, that's fine. But this is so that, you know, you can have a little bit of this joy all year round. So give it a go. I'm going to pop in the recipe underneath this video, and really enjoy playing around with, you know, your different frozen fruits and making yourself some lovely jams, because they're so nice to go on your, you know, your pancakes and on your cereal in the morning of any description. It just is a really nice accompaniment. Now, if you want to enjoy these types of recipes and you're looking to really kick in your health to another level, come join my 6-week program. It is for everybody. It has amazing recipes. You learn lots of different things about, you know, what you're eating, how you sleep, you know, how you look after your gut health, all of those types of things. And it's going to assist you to understand your body more, realize the nutrition of a lot of things that you might not have even thought about, and have a whole swad of new, easy recipes that you can follow. So if you're interested in that, pop in and have a look down below, and I will have a link down below to give you more information.